G'day viewers, my name's Oren Thomas, Principal Cloud Advocate at Microsoft and author of Windows Server 2019 Inside Out. And today I'm talking to my fellow Aussie mate, Principal Program Manager, Ben Armstrong. Ben, tell me, what do you do at Microsoft?
Howdy, Oren. Good to be chatting to you today. I'm, as you mentioned, Principal Program Manager. I work on the virtualization team. I've worked on Hyper-V, I've worked on Windows containers, I've worked on a whole bunch of technologies. But for the last while, I have been working on AKS for Azure Stack HCI. So this is taking the amazing offering we have in Azure Kubernetes Service and bringing it to Azure Stack HCI so that all of our customers can run it on their servers in their data centers.
Now, for those of us, and it's not me, but I know a lot of people aren't exactly 100% on what containers are and what the benefits are of using containers and Kubernetes as opposed to, say, running workloads on VMs. Can you give me a sort of a high-level, soundbite level approach to, that differentiation?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we started working on virtual machines, we were working with customers who were running great applications, but they were doing it all on physical servers. And it was really slow and really inefficient. And, I remember talking to customers where they would tell me, deploying a new website takes 6 weeks. I was like, why does it take 6 weeks? Well, step one is to order the server and then wait a couple of weeks for it to turn up. And so we worked on virtual machines where we, made that so much more efficient. And people were like, this is amazing. I can now deploy a website in 30 minutes. Well, containers take everything that we did with virtual machines and just kind of turn the dial to 11. Deploying containers takes seconds, not half an hour. They use less resources. They're more lightweight. And it takes everything that people saw as a good thing in virtual machines and makes it better. And through that, there's a whole lot of new, workflows and design approaches that we're seeing come out of containers. And so for everyone who has kind of been through the virtualization revolution, containers is really the next wave of that.
Okay, so we've got an idea of what containers are. Now, every time I hear about Kubernetes, I'm usually hearing a developer speak about it. But obviously, you and I have a background on the IT pro side of the fence. And what I'm interested in knowing is, okay, I understand how to keep virtual machines highly available. I know how to point them at storage. I know how to monitor them. I know how to do software-defined networking for virtual machines. It's all about, setting up my cluster nodes and setting up all of that sort of stuff. What's the benefit of Kubernetes to an IT pro, especially one who's coming from, say, a Microsoft ecosystem background?
Well, in a lot of ways, it's all the things that you've talked about. Because when I start running my apps in containers, it doesn't take away all those operational requirements for running my app. Just because my app is in a container doesn't mean that I no longer have to worry about networking. It doesn't mean that I no longer have to worry about high availability. It doesn't mean that I no longer have to worry about storage. Like, you still have to worry about all of those things. And Kubernetes is an amazing open source project that provides the infrastructure to be able to do that. And we actually had a fantastic blog post go out today, which I'd really love to read, which is a deep dive on how we're doing storage with AKS on Azure Stack HCI. And I'll just step you through it because I think this kind of helps understand what's going on here. So let's say I have an application that I want to run in a container. However, my application needs to store some persistent data. So how would I do this? Well, this is Microsoft. This is Azure Stack HCI. So we have this great thing called a virtual hard drive. Let's use that. So as an admin, I could go ahead, create a virtual machine, attach a virtual hard drive, create a container, and tell the container, hey, use that virtual hard drive for your storage. That would be a lot of manual steps. Well, what would happen if I needed to fail over that system or move that container around? Well, through Kubernetes and the work that we've been doing with AKS on Azure Stack HCI, you can now go into AKS on Azure Stack HCI and say, I have a container. It needs that virtual hard drive. And we completely automate the process of whenever that container gets deployed somewhere, we connect the virtual hard drive, we hook them up, we point it together. If you need to load balance, if you need to move, then the virtual hard drive gets moved, it gets connected up, and all the mapping happens magically.
Now, when I was working on my most recent Windows Server 2019 book, I did put a section in there on Kubernetes. And if I remember correctly, to set up Kubernetes with Windows containers, you basically had to go and deploy a Linux machine and then sort of hook up all the bits so that the Linux machine was in charge of all of the stuff that was running on Windows Server. And it seemed a little complicated. How does it work on Azure Stack HCI? Is it just, I don't worry about it?
So I have to ask, Oren, moment of truth. Did you set up Kubernetes by hand?
Yeah. And it was
Were
like
you
going to the
successful?
dentist. Eventually, because I had to write a book on it, and it's kind of hard to go and write a book on it if you screw it up, right?
So this is actually one of the things that I'm really proud of what we've done with AKS HCI. We have made this incredibly simple. And in fact, one of the things that I am most proud of is that for enterprises that have developers who want to be able to containerize their applications and run them in production, we've built a solution where the Windows administrators can come in, they can use Windows Admin Center, go through a very simple deployment experience all through Windows Admin Center, and end up with a platform where the developers can deploy containers without ever actually having to touch any of the operating system goo under the covers. Now, how we do this is that we have built a gallery of virtual hard drives and virtual machine images and container images for all the components that you need for a complete Kubernetes deployment. And we maintain that gallery, we keep it up to date, it's stored in Azure. When you go to deploy AKS HCI, we pull down the latest images, we set it all up for you. And the double benefit of this is, one, you don't have to get your hands dirty with all of that, but two, we keep that all up to date for you. Setting up Kubernetes is hard. Keeping it up to date and secure is even harder. With AKS HCI, you do not have to worry about any of that.
So, as I understand it, it's basically almost like a white glove treatment of Kubernetes, or Azure Stack HCI itself. Is like, we're just going to take care of all of the underlying infrastructure for you, and all you need to do is run your VMs and your Kubernetes cluster. Now, you hit on something, and I want to sort of make sure that I've understood this properly. Let's say that I've got an Azure Stack HCI instance out at Wagga Wagga, and bandwidth not so great into Azure from Wagga Wagga. I can, as I understand it, I don't need to go and manage those Kubernetes clusters from the Azure portal. I can do it using Windows Admin Center, and I can do absolutely everything. Or is there any limitation on what I can do with Windows Admin Center, and I'll have to sort of step out of the car and go back to the Azure portal?
Now, the first thing to say is that we do have an experience where when you set up AKS HCI and you deploy Kubernetes clusters, we automatically set them up with Arc and we connect them to Azure, because we have a huge amount of amazing tooling and automation that's enabled when you do that. However, we also fully understand that we have lots of customers where, for various reasons, that's not always a viable option. So you can go through and deploy a Kubernetes cluster and say, I don't want to connect this to Arc. I'm just going to run it in my data center. And we provide the full deployment experience using Windows Admin Center or PowerShell, if that's your preference. And then once it's up and running, you can use various open source tools to manage it, just like you would any other Kubernetes cluster. We are planning on building a Windows Admin Center-based end-to-end management solution as well. That's not in our initial public preview. The one thing that I will call out in full disclosure, we have not announced what our pricing will be for AKS HCI, but we are highly likely to require some sort of periodic connection to Azure in order for billing, but that's going to be more of a like once a week, once a month kind of thing, and a very lightweight thing. So if you're in an area where internet connectivity isn't great, then this is all going to function and be just as easy for you to use as someone who's able to connect it to Azure and take full advantage of all the integration there.
Okay, so one of the other things that's always been very complicated about a certain amount of apps, and something that I've always had a bit of a challenge about when it's come to dealing with applications in containers, is applications that require or have a reliance on on-prem Active Directory authentication, authenticating as a user, or making sure that, you generally when you've got a VM, it might be domain joined. Now, obviously, this is coming down from Azure Kubernetes services. And what I'm really wondering about, does this mean I have to go and set up, Azure Active Directory or Azure Active Directory domain join, or do I need Azure Active Directory domain services, or can I actually have my containers that are running in my on-prem AKS instance that's running on Azure Stack HCI interacting with my on-prem Active Directory instance?
So the first thing to say here is this problem and getting this problem wrong is one of the leading causes for people doing dumb security things with their container deployments. So making sure that this is really easy to get right on AKS HCI is a high priority for us. The second thing to say is, like AKS in Azure, yes, you can use Azure Active Directory, and all the work that we've done there, flows across. But we are investing heavily in AKS HCI to integrate it tightly with, on-premises AD, both for the applications and for the infrastructure itself. So this is something we're in the middle of working on right now. So if you get our initial public preview, there's not much there. We are going to be rolling out updates that bring this in. But what we want to see is that, one, it is super easy to deploy apps in containers on AKS HCI that use your existing Active Directory infrastructure to authenticate access to resources in your enterprise. But we also are doing integration where you can use Active Directory to control and secure the deployment of Kubernetes itself, both through role-based access controls and through certificate management in the Kubernetes environment.
Fantastic. I mean, that's actually very important to a lot of people, because they're sort of like, oh, well, I don't want to sort of plug it into here and plug it into there and plug it into there. Now, one of the other things that you mentioned was the specific container images that Microsoft's building to make all of this work. And I guess with Kubernetes being open source and a lot of the container stuff being sort of part of that world, I was wondering, are these images that you're building going to be generally available, or are they just only ever going to run on Azure Stack HCI, or is that something that simply hasn't been decided at this point in time?
So at this point in time, the images themselves are very much for Azure Stack HCI. They are tailored for our environment, and we make sure that they work very well in our environment. And honestly, we wouldn't expect them to be that useful outside of Azure Stack HCI. However, most of what's running inside these images is open source code. And we have been contributing back to open source projects. We've also been publishing all the various open source projects that we have been creating as part of this. So as part of AKS HCI, we built a cluster API provider for Azure Stack HCI for Kubernetes integration. We have already published that as open source. And we're going through and we're going to be publishing a number of open source projects that we've built in building this. So will you be able to take our images and use them outside of AKS HCI? Not really. But if you're someone who's building your own Kubernetes distribution, or if you're someone who has rolled their own, we're contributing back to projects, and that's going to make it easier for you to be successful using Windows containers in your environment.
Thank you very much for all of that information, Ben. That's actually been very, very informative and very, very helpful. And I look forward to actually writing about the next version and all of this stuff in my next book.
It's going to be a shorter chapter.
Well,
because we made it easy.
No, I mean, yeah. Anyway, for more information, thank you for your time on Azure Stack HCI. Check out our on-demand session, What's New with the Azure Stack Portfolio. Anyway, what I'd like to do now is toss to our very good friends at NetApp. Thanks for your time.